Hello and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to a brand new video. And again, we have a part 5 of the beginner's guide to restoring die-cast cars, with the emphasis on beginners. Now, today we're going to be talking about caustic soda and paint stripper, getting your body clean. So these are a quick overview of the tools. I'm going to clear the bench and we'll go through the process of what we need and how to use them. Okay, and just before we do that, I'd like to welcome all the friends of the channel, old and new. Thanks for sticking with me. I know this beginner's guide is not for everybody because there's a lot of experienced people out there, and I do appreciate that. The fact that you'll probably, think, oh, no, I'm not interested in this. But on the other hand, there's a lot of newcomers who are looking to find out how to use stuff, where to get it from, and the results. So I apologise to the old hands and take note, new ones. Okay, let's make a start then. First and foremost, and above everything else, safety. If you're using caustic soda, you want a mask, a respirator of some sort, gloves, safety glasses. These sort of respirators are very good. They're not expensive. These are replaceable. These are 3M ones. You can get these from Motor Savers shop, car shop or whatever. They're good for the fumes. Seriously, they are. Okay, so if you're working in an enclosed space, this is what you need. Okay, I mean, I got a extractor fan, so I'm not too bad for the fumes. Not only that, it steams my glasses up. But seriously, safety first. Respirators. Okay, get yourself one of them. Secondly, of course, safety glasses. We all know splashes. You get the ones with the side wings on, because you're guaranteed something to slip through the side there. Okay, these aren't expensive. You can get them most places, a couple of quid. Yeah, they're worth keeping. So safety glasses, and this is good for not just for paint stripping. When you're using a wire wheel, the little bits coming off, stuff like this, always aiming to have splash off the paint and varnish remover. Anything like that, filing, anything, you need to put your safety glasses on, because you do not want to damage your eyes. Trust me. Yeah, I've been there, done that. Cup of tea. But my eyes weren't through this sort of thing. My eyes were just knackered. So, and gloves. Okay, you want a decent pair of gloves. I mean, these are okay. I use these, they're rubber backed on here. These are not ideal. You can use marigolds, anything to stop the acid getting on and getting into your hands, and so on and so forth. So that's a must. Safety first. Always safety first. Okay, you don't want to have any damaging. I can't afford to be sued. Right, so that's having that done. Secondly, let's go through caustic soda. You'll need containers of some sort. I know a lot of people will use jars. As like Matchbox Garage uses a foot-long hot dog jar, and quite a few people use coffee jars, but the jar has got to be quite thick. It doesn't want to be a thin glass, because the heat and the boiling water could quite easily crack it, and you don't want caustic soda all over your workspace. I personally use the tins. These are cheap baking tins, loaf tins. Get them from any supermarket, couple of quid. Okay, and when they're done, you chuck them and get new ones. Okay, I use a tray for rinsing. I'll keep this one for rinsing. I keep warm soapy water in it. For when I've caustic sodaed it, I dump it in this, give it a rinse around, get some of the rubbish off it before I dry it off. So there's your tins. That's your rinser. Like I say, you can use a jar, or you can use tins, or a bucket. If you've got a strong bucket, whatever you want to use, as long as it's a strong enough container. Okay, so that's that bit. Right, don't destroy that. And I've got some tools here for cleaning it off when it's in the caustic soda. Toothbrushes and these type of things. It's like a wire brush. Well, it's not right, it's plastic. This one's plastic. They come in sets of 3. These ones do. You get a pack of 3. It's got a plastic brush, a wire brass brush, and a wire brush. Sorry to say. So I use those for cleaning it whilst it's in the caustic soda. Clamps to clamp it, to hold it in the caustic soda, so you can get it out easily without putting your hands in. And there's another toothbrush there for rinsing. Okay, so there are your caustic soda tools in there. Now the caustic soda itself, you can get it off the internet, or you can get this. I've got this max strength caustic soda. I got this from Homebase DIY store. I've dropped on this. It's £6 for no, it's £3. No, it's Tellite. It's £3 something for 500 grams. So it's £6 for the odd for the kilo, which is what I was paying on the internet. And this way I don't have to pay postage, and I can take it home with me straight away. So when I go, I usually buy a couple of bottles, and I find the plastic that this is in is a lot thicker than the one from the internet. The one from the internet is fine. I haven't got one here to show you now because I threw it away. But if it's too thin and it's in damp conditions, the caustic soda inside will clump up like damp sugar does, you know. So I find this one is suitable, and it's good. Okay. All right. There is some out there. I'll show you this one that you might don't get mistaken when you see it. It will say caustic soda on it. Yeah. You think, oh, that's caustic soda. That's cheap, but it's not. Read it carefully. It says drain cleaner with caustic soda. I made that mistake. This is nowhere near powerful enough. Really isn't. It might get a bit of paint off plastic, but it's nowhere near powerful enough to get the paint off your die cast. Okay, so that's your caustic soda. And then you've got, this is your paint varnish remover. I think this is like a gel of sorts. You can get any paint stripper, varnish remover from any DIY shop and DIY store. You know, you can get this. Okay. Right. So it's not expensive, really, isn't it? This is a litre here. It's quite weighty. So what? Different methods. We'll do the caustic soda in a second, but we'll do the paint stripper first. Now there's 2 ways you can do this, 2 or 3 ways you can do this. A lot of people put the casting in there and pour the gel over the top and use the paintbrush to do this. You can pour it in there, put how much you like in it, and then get this and put it all over, paint it on, and allow it to do its business. You can put a cover on it, leave it overnight. Some people do, some people don't. Now this is only just a demonstration, so I'm not that fussed if it doesn't get it all off straight away. Okay, so you've got that method on there. So you can leave that, put a lid on it, and leave it overnight to do its business. The other method, which I use, you don't have to use this one. I did it because I'm perhaps a bit lazy. I don't know. Is a jar. This has got the paint stripper in it. Okay. And what I tend to do then is pick that up, and drop it straight in. In fact, I'll do that. I'll pick it up, and I'll just drop it straight in there. I'll drop it straight in there, and let it sink to the bottom. And I'll put the lid on, and I'll leave it overnight. And I'll leave that overnight. The next day, pull it out, take it to the sink, and rinse it with warm soapy water. That deactivates it. Wash it all off, scrub it all off, and Bob's your uncle. and if there's any paint left over, you can pick it up, pick it with a metal pick, a dentist tool, whatever you've got, pick the paint off. So that's the paint stripping method. You could, like I say, there's a couple of ways. You dump it in your jar, leave it overnight. You can pour this into a tub, paint it on, cover it, leave it overnight. All right, there's a couple of methods that you can use. So now I'm just going to reach over a minute and switch the kettle on, because we need the kettle on. So I find these okay. With the jar method though, make sure you've got some wire connected to your casting before you put it in, or else you'll lose it. Well, I know where this one is, so it's not a problem in there. It's not very deep. So that's that method. So we'll just clear this away, wait for the kettle to boil, and then we'll go on to the caustic soda. Now, when I do the caustic soda bit, I normally put the camera in a holder, but this time I'm going to hold it with my hand, so you could perhaps get a bit closer and see the reaction. Okay, alrighty. Okay, here we go. I'm holding the camera, so you'll have to excuse if it's a bit shaky. And excuse the state of my spray booth. It's a lot of years old, and it could do a replacing really. Right, the kettle's just boiled. So there's two ways of doing this. Some people will put the caustic soda in there first. Put the caustic soda in there first, and then pour the boiling water in. Or you can pour the boiling water in first and put the caustic soda in afterwards. Okay, so what we're going to do, I'll do what I normally do, which is, first thing is put the extractor fan on. So excuse the noise and excuse the shaky camera. Okay. Excuse the bloody kettle gets stuck on its. Get off. The kettle was stuck on its thing. So pour the boiling water in. See the extractor fan taking the steam straight out. Try and cover your vehicle if you can. Okay. Then I'll put the rest in the rinsing tray over here. Okay. Getting all over the place here. Right, here we go. Caustic soda. I'll stand back a bit so I don't want to splash it on the camera. You can either put this in the cap, tip the cap in, or you can just dip it in. I'll go slow so you can see the reaction. See it fizzing up there. Okay. You've seen me do this before, and you've seen it spill over the top like boiling milk. Like that. So we'll leave it like that. Okay. Give it a little while. Get the see the fumes going out the back then. Right, dig them in there. Okay. And you can see that casting is virtually clean now. Look at that. Yeah. Alright. So now I'm going to put this in the rinsing tray. Got a little bit of soap and water in that. I'm going to drop that in there like that. Shift the kettle out of the way. Excuse for the shaky camera and the moving around, but that's the only way I could really demonstrate it really. So there you go. That's what you do. So I'll give that a little rinse off and then we'll get it out. Right, so look then. So let's get around this way. just give it a little bit of washing over with your toothbrush, rinse it off. There you go. Get a bit of old rag. I keep a bit of old rag by my side, and then there you go. Look, it's nice and clean. All right. Then we just get a bit of rag. We drop it in there, and we dry it off. So really, that's all there is to it. Like I say, safety first. Yeah, I didn't have my gloves on, so yeah, my bad. But I wasn't touching any of the caustic soda and stuff like that. But for beginners, I suggest you do use the safety measures, please. All right. Okay, so that's dry, and it's come out pretty good. There you go. So the same sort of thing with the stripping gel. I mean, that's in the jar now. I shall leave that till tomorrow because that's a yellow paint on there, and that usually takes a bit longer to get off. So it's basically the same thing. Take it out the gel, rinse it under the sink, clean it up, warm soapy water, scrubbing brush or a toothbrush or something like that, and then you're good to go. So this is the end of this one. The next beginner's guide will be getting a wire brush out and cleaning it up. Okay, so thanks for watching. I hope this is helpful for somebody. Okay, and we'll see you on the next episode. Bye for now.